Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class. In the last class, we have learned factors affecting friction and the effect of area of contact and the normal force on frictional force. So today we are going to start a new topic. So let us understand how friction is necessary for us in our day-to-day life. If you try to walk on a muddy or a slippery surface, we find very difficult to walk on those slippery surfaces, and we cannot walk or run without friction. So if you see, some things will not happen in the world if friction is not present, and we will not have any cars, bicycles or scooters. So all of them move only because of friction between the tires and the road. If anyone pushes a car, we are not able to stop it until and unless if a brakes are applied on it. And we will not be able to hold any appliances such as hammer or soap, and it is very much impossible to write with a pen or a pencil if there is no friction. And we cannot fix a nail on the wall, and no building can be constructed if there were no friction. In all these examples, we can tell that friction is so much important for us. So, it is possible to hold a tumbler due to friction, and the friction between the feet and the ground helps us to walk on the ground, and the friction between the fingers and a pen or a pencil helps us to write. And it is the friction where a teachers can write on the blackboard, that is the friction present between the chalk and the blackboard, make teachers to write while they are teaching. And it is the friction which helps to fix a nail on the wall, because the friction present between the fingers and the hammer make a nail drive into the wall. Next, it is the friction which is helpful for a person while driving, because whenever it is necessary to apply a brake, suddenly the vehicle stops. If a friction is not present, then whenever it is necessary to stop a vehicle, the vehicle may not be stopped. In this slide, we are going to learn about how friction produces heat. So, in the first picture, you are observing a girl is rubbing her hands against each other. When or while she is doing so, the temperature between the hands will increase. Thereby, she feel some warmth. So, actually, we do this action during winter season where we are feeling so cool. I hope you have understood this. Friction increases the temperature of the surfaces. Here, the two surfaces are nothing but the two hand surfaces. Now, when you see the next picture, here a girl is rubbing a matchstick against a matchbox. So that means when you observe the matchbox, one side you have a rough surface. So when this girl is striking the matchstick on the rough surface, so while she is doing so, automatically due to friction, the temperature of the surface rises. As the temperature of the surface rises, that ignites the matchstick. Here, ignition is a property where we learn in the next classes. Here, thereby the matchstick lights. The chemical present in the matchstick produces some heat. That heat make the matchstick to get into flame. I hope you have understood this. So the advantages of friction are: frictional force helps to move the objects. Not only that, it helps us in running, walking. Not only that, it helps to move any vehicle with a high speed. The ridges of our fingers and our palm enable to us to hold different objects while we are doing different activities. So when it comes to disadvantages, Friction is responsible for overheating and wearing out of moving parts. Friction makes it more difficult. One has to move heavy objects. Here we'll know how we are increasing friction, how it is useful to us. Friction can be increased by increasing the roughness of the surfaces in contact. Now, the first case is the soles of the shoes are glued to have a better grip on the floor so that you can walk safely. Similarly, we find the tires of cars, trucks, and bulldozers are threaded to increase the grip on the road. When the tires are worn out, we have to change. If not, the vehicle will skid. That is the reason all the vehicles provided with the grooved tires. Now, if you see here, the brake pads of the vehicles are rough to stop moving vehicles when the brakes are applied. Similarly, when you see gymnasts apply some coarse material on their hands to increase the friction for the better grip while he is doing the act. This is due to increasing the large number of irregularities. You know what is when we irregular up and down in the contact area, so that we can have a better grip in all the cases what we have seen up to now. So increasing friction is very much helpful for many activities. In some situations, we find friction is undesirable and we have to minimize it. So, minimizing means how to reduce the friction. We can reduce the friction in the following way: using lubricants like oils, grease, and powders, using rollers or wheels, using ball bearings. If you want to reduce friction in order to increase the efficiency. So, when you play carom board without powder and then play with a fine powder sprinkled on it, you will find a difference. So next, using lubricants like oils, grease and powders. That means when oil, grease or any other lubricants are applied between the moving parts of a machine, a thin layer is formed between the moving surfaces and hence they do not directly rub against each other. So interlocking of the irregularities is avoided to a great extent by the application of lubricant. So the vehicle moves smooth. So using rollers or wheels. So when you see a trolley bag, if you have a roller for that, the work you can drag easily. Now while using ball bearings, the friction between the rotating shafts of a machine tools can be reduced. Now the next one is fluid friction. So here in the picture you are observing a glass which is filled with water and a spoon. So what you have to do is take a glass of water, stir it with a spoon. So when you can observe the water whirls around on axis, stop stirring and see what happens. What you will observe there, the speed of the water gradually decreases and after some time the water stops whirling and comes to the stable state. What is responsible for the water comes to the stable state? That is frictional force. The frictional force between the liquid layers and between the liquid surfaces that is in contact with the glass surface are responsible for the stopping of the rotation of water. Similarly, water and other liquids exert force of friction when objects move through them. So this comes under fluid friction. When you observe a ball roll on a ground, the ground offers a frictional force on the ball to make the ball to stop. Similarly, we find liquid friction here. In liquid friction, when the bodies like a ship, boat or whatever which are moving in uh, water bodies, this water where it offers resistance on those transport which they are moving in the water. So that comes under liquid friction. When helicopters, aeroplanes or birds move in the air. So air also offers a resistance. Here the resistance is the frictional force on those bodies where they are flying in the air. That comes under gaseous friction. Fluid friction is a force of friction exerted by liquids and gases on objects moving through them. The common name for gases and liquids is called as fluids. Why? Because it have a characteristic property that they don't have a fixed shape and can be easily deformed. The frictional force exerted by fluids is also called as drag. The fluid friction depends upon the following factors. The first one is the speed of an object with respect to the fluid, the shape of an object, and the nature of the fluid. Speed of the object. If higher the speed of any vehicle in motion will be affected with, more is the frictional force. When the objects move through fluids, they have to overcome the frictional force acting on them. So efforts are made to minimize the friction. So objects are given a special shapes. If you observe, birds have a special shape. Similarly, that is the plane is designed similar to a bird. Similarly, the fishes have a special shapes while they are moving in water. So from the nature, we have the scientists have given a special shapes. Birds flying in air have streamlined body to reduce friction. Similarly, fishes swimming in water have a streamlined body to reduce fluid friction. That is the reason the aeroplane, helicopter, whatever moving in the air, they have evolved into different shapes by the scientists. The different shape is called streamlined shapes. That is called streamlining. So similarly, the vehicles are designed to have a shapes which reduce fluid friction. So the bodies must have given a different shapes which will help them not to lose much energy in overcoming the friction. So next is nature of the fluid. In the nature of the fluid, one main property we have to remember, that is viscous. It is a property of a liquid which resists a tendency to flow. So this property named as viscosity also, it is a measure of fluid's resistance to flow. It describes the internal friction of a fluid. Moving fluid. More is the viscosity, more will be the resistance offered by the fluid, then the fluid friction will be more. For example, honey has a higher viscosity than the water because honey is more viscous than water. In today's class, we have learned how friction is useful to us and how friction produces heat, advantages and disadvantages of friction, how we can increase and decrease the friction. Next, about fluid friction and its factors.